this is the big day in the Indian Premier League, where the 8 franchisees will release their names of the retained players ahead of the IPL 2022 mega auctions. It is going to be exciting, it is going to be nervy for the fans, and we are here to reveal all the names. I am Shubhayan Chakravarti, and joining me is Abhishek Paul to discuss all the retained names in the IPL ahead of the IPL auction, and of course the players who are going to the auction or in the draft section, where the two new franchisees of Lucknow and Ahmedabad will have their pick before the mega auctions. Abhishek, it is an exciting time. The rules are a bit tricky, so we will start by explaining the rules first, but let us know which team you support, which players are you expecting your team to retain, and whether you are satisfied with all the retention. So do let us know, and we will pick the best comments out of that. Abhishek, what about the retention rule policy? BCCI has tried their best to give an equal platform for every team, so that even the two new teams who are coming into the play, the price slabs and everything, how does it set out?
Yeah, so I mean, the maximum that a team, that the original 8 franchises who can retain the players, the maximum they can retain is 4 players. Mind you, they can't retain more than 3 Indian players or more than 2 overseas players. So if they retain 3 Indian players, they'll have to settle with just 1 overseas players. If they retain 2 Indian players, they can still go with 2 overseas players. So maximum they can go with 4 players. They can, of course, can't retain. I mean, they might go with no retention at all. They might go with 3 players. They might go with 2 players. The salaries are as follows. If they retain 4 players, the topmost retained, the player 1 who will be retained will get 16 crore. Player 2, if you are the second pick, you will get a 12 crore. Player 3 gets 8 crore, and player 4 gets 6 crore. So maximum they can spend is 42 crores. Mind you, the total purse for a team, for a franchisee, is 90 crores. So these 42 crores that will get deducted, almost half the amount deducted, and it might get tricky also later on, right?
Absolutely, Abhishek. We have 4 teams who have retained 4 players each, so that these 4 teams will have the least amount of money when it comes to the mega auction, where worldwide players, world-class players will put their names out to play in the best league, T20 league in the world. But what in the case, Abhishek, when a team retains 3 or 2 players, even if they want to retain 1 player, what is the scenario then?
Right. I mean, they can, of course, retain 3 players, but then the salary goes down. Their salary purse increases. Of course, they are a lesser. They are 1 player less. But then, if there are 3 players, they have retained 3 players. So the player 1 gets 15 crore rupees. Player 2 gets 11 crore. Player 3 gets 7 crore rupees, so a total spend of 33 crore. If they retain only 2 players, player 1 gets 14 crore, player 2 gets 10 crore, and if they retain one player only, they get that player gets 14 crore. In case of uncapped players, the players who haven't yet played for the respective national sides, the retention price is rupees 4 crore. Mind you, this time the freedom, the freedom of choice is on the players. Maybe a team, wants to retain a particular player because he's a valuable commodity, but then he can choose and make himself available in the auction market, because he might think that he has the talent, he has that value to get more money. Maybe he'll get a better deal in some other franchises. So that option is also there.
Absolutely, and there are some big names, Abhishek, who have asked their teams to not retain them and rather test their value on the auction pool. Of course, there are 2 new teams in Lucknow and Ahmedabad. There's a slight official thing going around in the background when it comes to the Ahmedabad franchisee. So the Lucknow and Ahmedabad franchisee have been asked to not contact any players officially, just before the entire Ahmedabad situation gets cleared out. Obviously, BCCI has officially approached the Solicitor General of India to get a glimpse of what the Ahmedabad franchisee and their owners, the background of their owners, whether it is right in terms of owning a team in the IPL. So after it will eventually get cleared out.
I think we should give our viewers a little bit of idea about what's going on.
Yeah.
The IPL Ahmedabad franchise, it was bought. I mean, not bought.
CVC
it was
Private
CVC
Capital.
Private Capital. So the main bone of contention is that according to some reports, they have
A stake in
a betting company. So the lawyers of BCCI, they are contemplating whether but they just don't want to keep any loose ends. So they just want to confirm that if they go ahead with this deal, whether it will be feasible or not, whether there will be some law of the land which will apply. So there's a bit of confusion. But whatever the scene is, these two teams, Lucknow and Ahmedabad, from December 1 to December 25, they can pick 3 players at max. You know, after the retention list is declared, from all the players which are available in the pool, they can retain a maximum of 3 players each.
Absolutely, and not more than 2 Indian players, whether they are capped or uncapped, and not more than 1 overseas player, not more than 1 Indian uncapped player. So that is the scenario when it comes to the retention policies, the rules of all the 8 franchises and the draft pick of these 2 new franchises. Let's start with the retention list, Abhishek.
Yeah,
sure. Some interesting names cropping up there. Obviously, the official call will be made at 9:30 Indian time.
Right.
We'll start with the defending champions, Chennai
CSK,
Super Kings.
Right. I mean, according to initial reports, of course, Ravindra Jadeja, Ruturaj Gaikwad, MS Dhoni and Moeen Ali, those are the, I mean, CSK is one of the teams which are going with full 4 retentions, and all these players, you know, Jadeja, Gaikwad, Dhoni, Moeen Ali, in fact, Dhoni and Jadeja, they have been long time CSK players. They form the core of the team. They have formed the core of the team for quite a few years now. Dhoni has been with CSK from the very first. Ruturaj Gaikwad, he was IPL's top run getter, IPL 2021's top run getter. And Moeen Ali, of course, he was economical with his off spin. He played really some crucial knocks at the number 3 position. So if we look at it that way, you know, those 4 picks, they are not surprising at all. But
Chennai Super Kings lose out on some big names, big match players.
What that means is they are losing out on, I mean, they are releasing players like Suresh Raina, again a long time CSK loyalist, Ambati Rayudu, Deepak Chair, Shardul Thakur, Dwayne Bravo.
Don't forget Faf du Plessis.
I was about to come. Faf du Plessis, Imran Tahir, Engedi, Sam Curran, Hazelwood. I mean, those all players are available in the pool.
Absolutely. CSK fans, do let us know whether you are happy with these 4 retentions. Obviously, there are many opinions when it comes to whether MS Dhoni deserves to be retained, given his batting form. Obviously, as a captain, he brings out unprecedented skill set, the thinking cap which he has.
The impact that Dhoni has had, you know, he has
just his mere presence.
You know, I mean, maybe we must all agree. I mean, we can all agree that the kind of form Dhoni, the batter, is maybe he's far from his prime. You know, though he gave glimpses of his old form in one of the matches in IPL 2021. But I think it's mostly about the mere presence of Dhoni that led the CSK team management to retain him. Ravindra Jadeja, of course, he is such a utility player. He is a 3-dimensional player, super fielder, super bowler, super lower order batter. So that was kind of those 2 kind of obvious choices. Though the interesting part would be whether Dhoni will be the player number 1. I mean, that number 1 pick or not, because you know that might decide who will get the highest salary. So that will be an interesting pick.
And you know, the things become more interesting when you know that if MS Dhoni decides to retire after this season, Chennai Super Kings will get the entirety of that money going into the next auction.
Right.
So if Dhoni is, for example, retained for 16 crore and decides to leave cricket after this the 2022 season, so going into the 23 season, Chennai Super Kings will have an additional of 16 crore in their purse heading into the auction. So that gives a major pool. But again,
but another thing might be that you know, they want to give a player like Ruturaj Gaikwad the confidence, you know, that we are looking at you at a long-term basis. So, you know, hold on. We are a team that values loyalty, and you are our pick for the future. So might be that he'll get the second or first pick even.
I think Ravindra Jadeja is getting the first pick.
First pick, right.
Being the all-rounder, he is the
Right.
all-round capability.
Sure,
brings
he
into the-
deserves. I mean, if he gets it, I
Absolutely.
mean, there might be. I mean, there should not be any controversy regarding. it.
Absolutely. Before we move to our second team, Chennai Super Kings fans, let us know whether you are happy or whatever your opinions are regarding the retention list, whether you agree with all the picks or not. So and now we will move to the second team, the runners-up of IPL 2021, Kolkata Knight Riders. Very interesting picks, some surprising picks there. They have almost retained Andre Russell, Mr. Dre Russ, the big show, the big
hitter.
man. Andre Russell, another West Indies all-rounder. Sunil Narayan joins him. Again, a big loyalty with the franchisee. The third pick is Venkatesh Iyer. His stocks has risen since he made an impact with the bat and somewhat with the ball for KKR in the second half of IPL 2021. And another player is Varun Chakravarti, the mystery spinner. So they have let go of some big names there.
Right. I mean,
Pat Cummins, Lockie Ferguson, Shubman Gill, Nitish Rana, the players who have performed. But Abhishek, one thing,
Owen Morgan.
Owen Morgan, arguably one of the most sharpest captain in world
True.
cricket at the moment. But Abhishek, one thing KKR have shown with their picks is that they trust, they back the loyalty. They have spent so much on Andre Russell and Sunil Narayan over the years, and
Right.
and these two have given them back with some tremendous match-winning performances
True.
over the last decade.
True.
And now they have shown the trust and said, okay, you have given us, you are still quality players, and now we are backing you for the next three seasons.
Yeah, I mean, particularly, one Narayan, of course, I mean, he was great with his spin. I mean, he kind of rediscovered his spinning abilities, I mean, before, I mean, 3-4 years back, it was mostly Narayan, the pinch hitter, who was playing, who was in the playing 11, not so much for his spin prowess. But this time, Narayan, of course, he was economical. He took wickets. Andre Russell, definitely his pick. I mean, quantifies the point that you made. Because Andre Russell was not really in his elements, but still he has been written. We all know what he's capable of, but that loyalty has been rewarded. And the other two picks, Venkatesh Iyer and Varun Chakravarti, two most exciting talents that have emerged in the T20 format. So those were also kind of, because Venki Iyer, he made his India debut also. His stocks are rising. Varun Chakravarti played in the T20 World Cup, mystery spinner, economical, can use his variations well. Those two are, because they are the young and upcoming talent, though they were retained. But I think players like, I think Shakib Al Hasan, see,
There are so many players,
I mean, in these kind of situations, when in an IPL mega auction where you have to choose only 4 players. Of course, I mean, KKR, they can buy them back also at the auction table. We don't know what price that would be. That would depend on that day, that scenario. But it's really tough, and I think Shakib Al Hasan, they are letting go. That will be a tough call. Shubman Gill, another
player who could have been a leadership leader option.
He's one for the future, right? I think he'll be grabbed. I mean, there'll be so
and
many other teams.
I won't be surprised if he goes in the draft section and one of the two new teams go and pick him just to show him the trust.
He brings. I mean, he plays the test match also. He's a brand player. I mean, he can control the pace of an innings, though he's not, maybe his T20 batting needs a little bit of more polishing, but I think overall he is also one of the two players. Kuldeep Yadav, right?
Yes.
I mean, that Chinaman bowler, his performance has been on the downward slope. Maybe, if he goes to a new franchisee, he can rediscover his form.
Absolutely, and I think for Kuldeep Yadav, this will be a fresh start, given that he has been out of the KKR playing 11 for a long time now. But KKR fans, do let us know whether you are happy with this 4 selections. I've had words with some KKR fans, and they are absolutely flabbergasted why Sunil Narayan has been picked. But when we talk about KKR, they have invested so much on Sunil Narayan, be it rediscovering his action again, or Andre Russell sending him to Miami and getting his fitness back. So I think this franchisee has shown the loyalty factors matters them the most. But again, they have let go of Dinesh Karthik, given that the crisis of good domestic T20 wicket keepers going around, and Dinesh Karthik
is a leadership and senior batter.
Youngsters trust him.
Maybe it was just the equation, you know, like because I mean, KKR, I'm sure they knew that if they would have let go of players like Varun Chakravarti and Venki Iyer, they would have amassed like exceptional price at the IPL auction. They knew it really well, so I think they kind of stuck with them. Told them like, okay, fine, we'll give you a chance. You know, you're already stars. Venki Iyer, of course, his performance in the second leg of IPL earned him a India call-up. So you can understand.
And he did well.
He did well.
Yeah, and you know, for Dinesh Karthik, I think maybe the fate might bring him back to his local team in Chennai
Super
Kings
Kings,
with one keeper fading out. You know, DK can use his experience factor that well. Let's move to another franchisee, number 3 in our list, Delhi Capitals. One of the most formidable units that was assembled in the last 3-year cycle. They did exceptionally well under Ricky Ponting. They did exceptionally well under Shreyas Iyer, the captain, who is off to a new franchisee. He will not go to the draft as well, so he wants his value to be tested in that auction pool. But what about their retention, Abhishek?
I mean, Delhi Capitals, you know, they are a side who has been ever improving. You know, in the last 3-4 years, they have consistently performed. This time also they were, I mean, topped the league phase of the the IPL 2021, but then lost out in the playoffs. You know, they lost successive matches. But according to the initial reports, Rishabh Pant, Prithvi Shaw, Akshar Patel, and Anrik Nokia, those are the 4 picks.
No Rabada.
I mean, I just want to read out the players, you know, who are missing out from DC. You know, if these 4 players, which they are most likely to be retained, you know, it's as good as official. They're letting go of Shreyas Iyer, as Shubhan mentioned. Shreyas Iyer, of course, last evening, 2 evenings back, he did a brilliant, test debut. Shreyas Iyer, they're letting go of Shikhar Dhawan, Ravichandran Ashwin, Avesh Khan, Umesh Yadav, Marcus Stoinis. I mean,
Steve Smith,
there are two World Cup winners there, right? Steve Smith and Marcus Stoinis, Kagiso Rabada, right? I think,
and one of the highest wicket-taking spinners in IPL history, in Amit Mishra.
Mishra. I think, you know, if you have that good a side, you know, it brings certain problems also, and particularly in ahead of such big auctions.
And you know, Abhishek, the names. I think DC will fail to pick up more than 2 players from this list. The players who have missed out on.
I think, Shikhar Dhawan definitely, though, you know, he's aging, he's sort of
he has been performing so well.
So he will definitely get a good price. Shreyas Iyer, we all know he is a captaincy material too, so he can be picked for the captaincy role
maybe
in one
RCB.
of the maybe RCB also.
Kolkata.
Maybe Kolkata.
Yeah.
So Shimron Hetmeyer, Steve Smith, Marcus Stoinis, he's such a utility T20I player, such a brilliant T20 all-rounder, and Kagiso Rabada, right? I don't know. See this list of players who have been let go, and it's like a gold mine, right? Even if I would have owned an IPL team like this, these are the players I would have targeted, right?
Absolutely, and that is what Delhi Capitals over the last 3 years have enjoyed the most. The team they assembled under Ricky Ponting, under Shreyas Iyer, under their new ownership, JSW Group. I think they have formed such a good team, and it was going to be a task to retain all of them for the next cycle as well. But DC fans, do let us know whether you are happy, whether you are satisfied with the names, whether you still feel that DC should go and retain and buy back some of the players in the mega auction pool. You have all the rights to feel happy and feel sad at the same time. We will move to our next team, 5-time IPL winners, Mumbai Indians, another formidable side who have dominated the IPL section in the last decade. They have retained the players. Abhishek, go on.
Rohit Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, Kieron Pollard, and Surya Kumar Yadav. Those are the 4 players that initially we are getting reports on. Though
I think it is good as official now.
Yeah, but that's 4th spot. You know, Surya Kumar Yadav. There was a lot of debate on whether Surya Kumar Yadav or Ishan Kishan will be retained ultimately. As of now, I think the deadline was around 5:30. 5:30. So 5:30. So I think Surya Kumar Yadav just nosed ahead of Ishan Kishan.
And local boy as well.
Local boy as well, of course, full of unorthodox shots. He can anchor the innings also. Ishan Kishan, of course, He is one of the fast rising players.
Wicket-keeper,
Left-hander, power hitter. So, I mean that was a tough choice, right? But Rohit Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, I think it was a no-brainer that those two of the best players in world cricket right now, they would have gone with them. Kieron Pollard, again, one of the long-time servers of Mumbai Indians. Again, I mean, just like DC, you know, I mean, this 4 retention leaves out with players like Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, Rahul Chahar, Chris Lynn, James Neesham, Quinton de Kock, Trent Bolt in the auction pool, right? I mean, Hardik Pandya, well, it's a shocker, but it was, I don't think it was as unexpected as it would have been had this auction happened, I mean, this decision made 1 year back, because Hardik Pandya of late has been only half the player that he is known for, you know, his back issue, that recurring back issue has prevented him from bowling regularly. He hardly bowled in the T20 World Cup. He did not bowl in IPL 2021 at all. So I think that's the reason, you know, these 4 players are being retained, and you know, both Pandya brothers are being let go.
Absolutely, an end of a very long,
long journey.
Yeah. Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya were first picked by Mumbai Indians. They rose to fame from Mumbai Indians, but an opportunity to go to their home franchisee, which is Ahmedabad.
Right.
I think that opportunity is something which will come towards Hardik
I think despite the form, you know, I mean, Hardik Pandya, at least in domestic conditions, I think he's still one of the better fast bowling all-rounders, which is a rarity in Indian cricket.
And hitting a strike rate of more than 200.
Yeah, I mean his T20I international strike rate is still. I mean, even if he's in a lean patch, it's still the highest. You know, in ODI, I mean, he is just second to Virendra Sehwag in terms of strike rate. You know, so he is a great player, and I think from December 1 to December 25, it will be a busy schedule for the 2 teams.
Absolutely, and let's move to our 5th franchisee in the list, that is Punjab Kings, one of the most shaky franchisees. They haven't won a single IPL trophy. They tend to chop and change every season in the auction pool, and looks like they have done the same. Heading into the IPL 2022 mega auction, they have failed to retain their skipper, their talisman KL Rahul, but who are their picks for retention, Abhishek?
I mean, initially I think Mayank and Arshdeep, those are the 2 players. They are going to be retained. Mayank Agarwal, of course, KL Rahul, you know, he has been their consistent performer over the last 3-4 seasons. He was their top scorer. Mayank Agarwal was the second highest scorer. I think more than I think they could not retain KL Rahul. I'm sure they would have offered him the player number 1 spot, but I think KL wanted to go to some other franchisee. You know, maybe it's the frustration of not of playing in a team, you know, who are like perennial underachievers, if I may call it. Mayank Agarwal, of course, he's a good pick. Not of the same caliber as KL Rahul, but effective nonetheless. Arshdeep Singh, left arm pacer, we all know it's a rare commodity these days in Indian cricket. He is one of the informed pacers, and
he has done really well for Punjab Kings when it comes to bowling with the new ball or taking the pressure.
So is there any news on Ravi Bishnoi? I mean,
I think Ravi Bishnoi is one of the contentious name, because he was I can confirm that he was persuaded to be retained for that the retention list, but I think they have not retained Ravi Bishnoi. He will be heading into the auction pool, but of course it is one of the contentious name in that Punjab Kings retention list, which may or may not happen. If Ravi Bishnoi goes into the auction pool, then I am pretty sure he will fetch a good price there, because
with his googlies and all those variations,
he's a perfect T20 leg spinner, and he's a domestic player.
I think the logic behind is he might have thought like he has performed really well in IPL 2021, and had he been retained, he would have got only 4 crore. I mean, it's a big sum. I'm saying only 4 crore, but I think his thinking was that maybe if he's retained, if he goes in the auction pool, maybe, just maybe, he can fetch a higher price. You know, and all these are professional cricketers, and they are in their rights to exercise that freedom of choice and get a good price. But problem with all this lesser lower ranked team is, with MI, DC, CSK, KKR, you kind of know like who are the four players going to be. With PBKs, Punjab Kings, even later we'll discuss Rajasthan and Sunrisers.
RCB, we have missed the
we have
RCB.
missed RCB, but I think it becomes tricky. But they are also letting go of players like Mohammad Shami, Chris Gale, Nicholas Puran, Chris Jordan, David Malan. I mean Adil Rashid even.
Yep. Fabian Allen,
yeah. So those are some big names.
Absolutely, and maybe for their captain KL Rahul, there's a new franchisee somewhere in the northern India waiting for him to come and take the leadership role.
So what does your sources say? Is it Lucknow or Ahmedabad? Like according to initial
I will
reports?
not name them, but I can. It will almost confirm it that the highest priced franchisee in the history of IPL will take KL Rahul and give him the captaincy role as well,
Right.
the number 1 draft pick. So KL Rahul is off to the franchisee I just said, and he is likely to fetch a sum of 20 crore there, making him the highest paid player in the history of IPL.
Wow.
So that is something big. But Abhishek, we have missed on to a big franchisee, RCB, Royal Challengers
People's
Bangalore. Royal Challengers Bangalore performed well. They are searching for a new captain after Virat Kohli stepped down from T20 captaincy. RCB, the retention names, who are they?
I mean, see, one is obvious, right? I mean, everybody can predict that. That's Virat Kohli. Glenn Maxwell is the other name, and Mohammad Siraj, fast bowler. Those are the three names. They're going with only 3 player retentions as of now. Virat Kohli, it's an obvious choice. I mean, I don't really need to speak much on why he's retained. He's a great batter. I mean, he's IPL's highest scorer. He was their captain till the last season. This time, RCB needs to find a replacement for him. Glenn Maxwell, he was one of the I mean, he was the best middle order batter in IPL 2021. Among the top 10 run getters in IPL 2021, he was the only middle order batter. So, and he can bowl off spin too. Mohammad Siraj, of course, a great fast bowler. He has those wicket taking deliveries. He is one of those youngsters, who RCB has bet a lot on. So I think those are the 3 picks.
Absolutely, and they miss out on some good names there. Harshal Patel is one. We still don't know whether they have managed to retain Harshal Patel as of now, but they are letting go of Yuzvendra Chahal. That is for confirmed. They failed to come into an agreement with Yuzvendra Chahal.
I think it was regarding that player spot, right? I mean, that salary.
The salary part was the problem between Yuzvendra Chahal and RCB. Maybe as Yuzvendra Chahal has always been saying that he loves RCB with his all heart, and maybe RCB will go all out and try to buy him back in the auction pool. But remember, there is no right to match card in this auction pool. So either RCB will have to go all out for Yuzvendra Chahal, or maybe watch him play for some other franchisee in the next edition of IPL. Along with Yuzvendra Chahal, they miss out on Navdeep Saini, they miss out on Harshal Patel, as we said, they miss out on Wanindu Hasaranga. I mean, the way he is bowling in the T10 league, he was one of the best performers in the T20 World Cup. His stocks are rising. Kyle Jamieson is one of the players that they miss out on this retention pool. So fair enough, I think these 3 players. But one thing, Abhishek, with RCB retaining just 3 players, Virat Kohli's price goes down to 15 crore unless and until they have negotiated a higher price. For 15 crore, I mean, his price comes down from the last time of the
I think
auction.
It's kind of Cristiano Ronaldo going back to Manchester United, right? I mean, I think after he stepped down from his captaincy, he made it clear, like, till the last day he plays in IPL, he wants to play for RCB. So it's I think more than just money, and I mean, though he will not be the captain, his stature in RCB is no lesser, right? I mean, even if he's not the captain.
Absolutely, and RCB fans, let us know whether you are happy, whether you wanted Harshal Patel to be retained, whether you wanted Yuzvendra Chahal to be retained. If you guys can't comment on YouTube, then go on Twitter and tag News9 Live tweets, and let us know whether whatever you feel about your franchisee and the retention list that have come so far. Moving on to our next franchisee, Rajasthan Royals. Again, the winners of the inaugural edition of IPL, but since then it has been a barren run. Rajasthan Royals, of course, they had some great overseas players, they had some great domestic players, but despite that, they have failed to convert those names into performance. Abhishek, who are the players that have been retained by Rajasthan Royals?
So Sanju Samson, Josh Butler, and Yashasvi Jaiswal, those are the three names that's coming up. Sanju Samson was, of course, their captain. Yashasvi Jaiswal, again, left-hander opener, a really talented opener. Josh Butler, from what I hear is, I mean, there was lot of negotiations that was going on, and he was kind of retained. I mean, I think he asked them to let go. You know, he wanted to. So some negotiations, and I think fair choices. Sanju Samson, a great leader, a great batter. Josh Butler, though you know, he only played the first half of the IPL, but he was one of their top scorers. Yashasvi Jaiswal, again, one of the players, you know, who they can bank upon for the future. But what that leaves is like players,
the names,
the names, right? I mean, even they have got like players like Mustafizur Rahman, right? Tabriz Samsi, David Miller, Shivam
Liam
Dubey,
Livingstone, who has been in smashing form.
Evan Lewis, even
Jofra Archer,
and Ben Stokes. I mean, how did I miss those two names, right? I mean, I think mainly I think Ben Stokes, he had a high price, high salary, but he could not really translate that into great form. I think that was the reason. Jofra Archer, I don't know, maybe it's the injury part issue, for which he was not retained. Otherwise, I think those would have been the choices.
But if Jofra Archer and Ben Stokes are in that mega auction pool,
they will set the pool on fire.
Absolutely. We'll talk about the next franchisee whose players are going to set the stage on fire when it comes to the auction pool. Sunrisers Hyderabad, obviously the things that didn't go their way in the last season. They finished last in the table. There were so many new speculations coming out of their camp that there's disagreements between David Warner and their management. David Warner was benched out for the entirety of the season, but then things they didn't go in their way, according to their plan. So what about Sunrisers Hyderabad? Who have they retained?
So Kane Williamson, their captain, you know, they have retained. I mean, they have retained Kane Williamson, and what we are hearing is two uncapped players, Jammu and Kashmir pacer Umran Malik, who
is in South Africa.
Who is in South Africa A tour now. I
yeah.
mean, brilliant bowler, regularly bowls over 150 kmph. And Abdul Samad, again from Jammu and Kashmir, a middle order batter, hard hitter. Those two uncapped players have been retained.
But Abhishek,
but what that means
is Rashid Khan is available.
David Warner is available. Mujibur Rahman is available. Wow. I mean, three players. 3 stars.
Mohammad Nabi is available, Jason Roy is available, T. Natarajan is available,
Johnny Bairstow is also
Jason
available.
Holder is available, Manish Pandey is available, so many big names, but Rashid Khan.
You are spoiled for choices, right?
But what about Rashid Khan? I can still say that David Warner is 34, 35 right now. He doesn't have too many years of cricket left in him. But what about Rashid Khan?
From what I hear is Rashid Khan wanted the #1 spot, you know, which would have fetched him 16 crore rupees, but I think Kane Williamson, it was given to Kane Williamson, so I think Rashid is quite confident that he will fetch a higher price, and if he can also, I mean, you say that your sources tell you that it might be 20 crore for KL Rahul. I would not be surprised if Rashid Khan also gets almost the same price, though he is a bowler, but he can produce magic with his deliveries, right, in those 4 overs.
Absolutely, and that's why we have termed him the kingpin of T20 bowling in our IPL show. That brings to the end of the list. Abhishek, I think we have covered all the franchises there. The list will be official at 9:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So plenty of deliberations to be done by the fans. The franchises will see plenty of interviews coming in the next days after they are retained or released by the franchises. And of course, from tomorrow onwards, the 2 new franchises get into the action.
Right.
They will be negotiating hard to pick the best 3 or 2 players or whoever they want.
I think we already know the players that they will be going after.
Absolutely, so many players, be it Rashid Khan, David Warner, KL Rahul, Shikhar Dhawan, Ben Stokes, Jofra Archer, Shreyas Iyer, flurry of options, be it overseas players, be it domestic players. So it is going to be a mayhem in the from December 1 to December 25th, and after that, of course, the mega auction will take place before the 2022 season. Do let us know whether you liked it or not, your franchisee, your opinions. We are here to hear that out. But before that, thank you so much, Abhishek, for joining in. It was a fun chat. It was a great session again. That is it for this show of IPL retention. We will continue to give you all the coverage when it comes to sporting action at news9live.com. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.